Welcome to the Future of Real Estate, Tulsa's source for local real estate news and information here at our new home on Channel 8. You can find us every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. Today's show will be packed with information. We'll walk down the Greenwood Historic Centers, including the district's oldest church, Home Buying 101 for first-time home buyers. We'll visit with a newlywed couple at their first home, property showcases, and if you're wondering how I got such a stylish beard today, we've got a special segment on that, all on today's Future of Real Estate.
The future of real estate is now. Darryl Baskin can show you how. It's a winning spirit, the way to go. Expert advice from the one you know. Darryl Baskin, the future of real estate is now.
The 35-block Greenwood district surrounded the corner of Greenwood Avenue and Archer Street and was popularly known as Black Wall Street. Greenwood became one of the most successful and wealthiest African-American communities in the United States during the early 20th century. Today, the Greenwood Historical District displays its rich heritage through the many thriving businesses, old and new. The annual Juneteenth celebration, the Greenwood Cultural Center, the Vernon AME Church, and with the completion of One Oak Field, this extraordinary district is poised to play a major role in the revitalization of downtown Tulsa.
Hi, I'm Jessica Dyer and I'm your Around Town correspondent, and today I'm at Fat Guy's Burgers and we're going to be trying a bacon peanut butter cheeseburger.
We got the idea whenever the baseball stadium was coming in, and my partner Chris Dodge and I always wanted to do a restaurant. And every time we would go into concepts and do meetings on that stuff, the food that we always gravitated towards were just hamburgers. You know, both of us love hamburgers. Chris is a really great chef. And when we saw this was open, we thought it was a perfect fit with the baseball stadium and just really great burgers.
So how'd you come up with the name?
Well, my partner Chris Dodge, he's kind of a big guy and he resembles our logo guy a lot, so it kind of seemed like a natural fit.
So are you having a burger today?
Yeah,
So what kind of burger did you get?
the kids' cheeseburger.
So what do you think?
It's good.
Good? Will you come back?
Yeah.
I am with RC, the general manager of Fat Guys, and we're going to learn about the Fat Wall. What in the world is that?
The Wall of Fat is people that want to take on the Fat Guy Challenge, which the challenge is a 2-pound patty, a pound of bacon, 8 ounces of hot dog, cheese, lettuce, tomato, onion on a 1-pound bun, and a pound of fries. We've had 2 of 81 people actually complete the challenge. So if you get it done, you get your picture on the Wall of Fat and your name up there forever.
So what were they like after? Oh my gosh.
They were fine. Actually, they were actually jumping around, ready to go.
The peanut butter bacon burger.
Correct.
I did not think I would ever eat something like that, but it was actually really pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, it freaks them out, and I go, you just got to try it. And they're like, peanut butter on a hamburger? No. Then they try it, and then they become totally hooked on it. You got yours Thai style?
Yeah, I did. It was a little bit spicy, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, that's you were pretty adventurous for trying that the first time.
Well, the Thai style, okay, what did it have on it exactly?
It had the peanut butter, just the standard peanut butter bacon burger. It has pineapple, fresh jalapenos, cilantro, and sriracha sauce.
So do you plan on expanding outside of the Greenwood area?
Yeah, we are. We're currently looking for other spots. We've looked in Broken Arrow, South Tulsa, and hopefully soon, by the end of this year, we'll have our second location open.
Well, I can't wait to find out about it. Keep us posted.
Oh, absolutely, I will.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, thanks for coming down, guys.
Thank you.
We're here at T's Barbershop at 120 North Greenwood in the historic Greenwood District, visiting with Willie Sells. The what is your title here?
I manage the shop. Managed it for the last few years.
Few years being like what?
8 or 10 years.
You actually took over from the late owner, correct?
Oh, well, what happened? The late owner passed away, and I just continued to manage the shop. His daughters inherited the shop, and it give a job to other young men that need to work in the community.
So you've been a barber here for all those years, and this is really what you know.
That's right.
This is like real old-fashioned
yes.
barber shop.
It is.
And this is the longest running business in Greenwood, correct? It's
Correct.
still open.
That's right. As far as we know, we're the first one in here. We actually came in here in 1985 when they renovated the center.
Aren't you excited to see all this stuff happening around Greenwood now? It's like suddenly everybody rediscovered Greenwood, and you've known it all along.
Oh yes. Just hate that it took so long. I would love for some of the older folk to have seen what was going on here.
Sure.
To have really been able to enjoy some of it.
And it's the young folks now who are bringing their families out, enjoying the fat, is it Fat Guys right next door?
That guy's next door,
Watching
there
the-
across the street.
Watching the games, just
Correct.
through the little breezeway here.
Well, yes, they can just walk right through and go watch the drillers.
Well, Willie, you have a neat place here, and it's interesting. You just walk in, and it's like home. It's like something you'd see in the movies, and ready to get a haircut and a shave.
Correct.
120 North Greenwood, T's Barber Shop, right in the heart of the Greenwood Historic District.
That's right. Inviting all of you to come and see us. Send us some customers.
I am here inside one of Tulsa's treasures, the Vernon AME Church on North Greenwood, speaking to Viola West, a longtime member since 1965? 1960. Tell us about the history of this place we're on right now.
The history of this place is very interesting. When we came in 1960, we had over 700 members in this particular church. And through the years, people have moved away, and we've had renovations through the area, and most of them have left.
This building was built in the 1921?
In the 20s.
Okay, and then it was burned during the race riots of 1920, was it 1920?
The race riot was 1921.
Okay.
The building was rebuilt after.
On the same foundation.
Same foundation.
And it had just been completed, hadn't
Yes,
it? And so it was
yes.
just a tragedy.
Yes.
In addition to everything else that happened in the Greenwood and Black Business District,
Right.
this was a real tragedy.
Yes.
But now it stands today, rebuilt, one of the most historic churches, if not the most, in
Yes.
Tulsa. And I tell you, what brought me out here is I came here with my kids. And we wanted an experience. I said, we want to visit someplace different. If you want an experience, a cultural experience and a real worship, you need to come out here. When is your service?
It's Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock.
Well, tell us more about this building. I mean, the stained glass is
The
phenomenal.
stained glass is beautiful. Members of the church purchased the glasses. As you can see, their names are on the windows. The people that were here, of course, they used just very little money. They had very little money. They bought the windows, paid for them themselves, and had them installed, and they are beautiful.
And the glass goes back to the 20s.
Yes.
This is original glass.
Oh, this is the original glass.
You know,
Yes.
I did just walking through the building and seeing the old woodwork and
Yes.
the framing and the sign out front. This is just a place for Tulsa to treasure. It's Vernon AME Church. What's the address?
307-311 North Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
And Sunday mornings at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, worship service. Sunday school, 8:30 a.m. And you are welcome at any time.
Viola, thank you, and come out for an experience.
Yes.
Enjoy living in the Swan Lake and Maple Ridge areas in this custom patio home. It's a 2-story living area with ornate chandelier that's welcoming to guests, 3 full bedrooms, 3 full and 1/2 bathrooms, the warmth of hardwood floors, and a chef's kitchen. Just steps away from Cherry Street shopping and entertainment venues. It's the best of carefree living. This former dream home was recently remodeled and no expense was spared. Located in a 24-hour gate-guarded neighborhood, this luxury home is equipped with the finest Viking commercial appliances, complete outdoor kitchen, full-body shower jets, hand-troweled Italian limestone walls, cinematic quality theater, travertine flooring, 4 fireplaces, and a swimming pool with waterfall. 5 spacious bedrooms, 5 full and 2 half bathrooms, a 3-car garage, and an outdoor living area and kitchen. True luxury at its finest. Enjoy accessibility, flexibility, and comfort in this updated home on a spacious corner lot. Its energy-efficient replacement windows lower utility bills, and solid surface flooring reduces allergens. It's perfect for entertaining friends and family. There are 4 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms, 2 master suites, a fenced corner lot, and a large 2-car side entry garage.
Are you tired of paying rent? Well, at Currington Mortgage, we hate rent. Visit wehaterent.com and find out how you can be a first-time home buyer. We'll make it easy for you. Or call us at 918-394-5626.
My name is Chuck Sullivan. I'm in the oil and gas service business. The business was perking along really well, and then we started seeing things really slow down. If we hadn't have put a lot of money on the sidelines with the help of Regent Bank, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you today.
My name is Mike Ellingson. I'm the owner of Relocation LLC Moving Company. I wanted to have a bank that I was going to have a relationship for the next 10 to 20 years, help us weather the bad times and grow in the good times. Regent cares about me, cares about our business and being successful.
Hi, I'm Mark Wynn Mullen with Mullen Plumbing, the Red Rooter, bringing you a household tip. Do you know the #1 leading cause to household floods is from your washing machine? This is a product called a flood stop, and it's very simple to install. It goes in the same place that your washing machine hose does. We take your washing machine hose off, screw this into where your washing machine was, and then attach your washer hose to here. It's a product called Flood Stop. Hey, if you need help with this or any other product, contact Mullen Plumbing at the Red Rooter at 258-6636.
Welcome back. In just a moment, we'll meet Lauren and Trevor, a newlywed couple buying their first home. Their mortgage expert, Steve Currington, is getting them set up on their financing, and then we'll follow them all the way through closing in future shows. You know, buying a home can sometimes be very intimidating, especially to the first-time home buyer, but it doesn't have to be. It's really just several small processes that are all rolled up into one. Let's talk about them. The very first step, become pre-qualified. Going to a mortgage expert, somebody who can tell you this is how much you can afford, and then you can determine how much you want to buy. The second phase is home shopping. This is the one that's the most fun, and really where most home buyers make their mistake is they jump out and start shopping without a plan. First of all, you want to be pre-qualified, as we just mentioned. Second, find a realtor, someone that you can trust, a professional who's been in the business a long time and who will always tell you the truth. As you're going through your shopping, don't be afraid to go back and look at some of the things that you started out with. It's not uncommon that a home buyer goes back and purchases one of the very first homes we've shown them. After you've picked out the perfect home, you'll want to go into a contract with a home seller. Contract reviews can sometimes be a little frightening, but they don't have to be. You'll want to use a boilerplate, standardized contract, one that everyone is comfortable with, and then you can fill in the blanks. You'll want to choose things like the closing date, how much earnest money you'll put down to say to the seller, I'm serious, what day you want to start your inspections, and the actual purchase price. This is where your realtor will be invaluable. Knowing the right price can help you feel comfortable through the entire process that you're making a good decision with your money. Once you have successfully negotiated a contract on the purchase of your new home, it's time for inspections. You want to check it out and make sure it's everything that you thought it was. Once inspections are out of the way, it's time to finish up your financing. The closing company will go through the title and make sure that everything's clear for you to take title to your property, and then you'll just go to closing. Closing sounds like a big deal, but really, it's just signing some papers and exchanging keys. That's the day for you to celebrate. If everything's gone well, you have a successful closing. And in case you're wondering where escrow comes into the whole process, that term is what's considered the day of contract to the day of closing. And all of those little processes are just wrapped up into one. That's the escrow period. As you look at all the different choices, you can get distracted by the many different options you have. But what's important is when you close and move in, that you have those very core needs met in your new home.
The Morgans are a great example of a customer of ours. We work with a lot of first-time buyers, and these are your classic American couple.
We got married 9 months ago this month. It's been a journey, I guess. We get to spend all of our free time together. We don't have to travel to see each other. We're always at the same house. Our whole plan was to rent for a whole year and then try to buy a house.
But you know, everybody wants a place to call their own, and that's why we bought our first house.
We want to buy a house because the security of owning a home.
You know, there's tax benefits to it. There's all that stuff that monetarily that's great, but I think you know, it's part of the American way, the American dream is that, you know, you have a job, you make your money, and you buy a house for your kids, a backyard to play in.
Like, it will be ours, no one else's. I mean, we don't have to worry so much about like breaking something or things like that, or our dogs getting into something. I mean, it'll be ours and we don't have to worry.
For us, it was the man downstairs. We always told our kids that don't run around and jump because we're an upstairs apartment and there's a man downstairs and he's going to be mad because there's something on the ceiling.
Well, our strategy for finding a home at first was just looking online and driving around the area.
In my opinion, it's get with somebody that knows what they're doing, both on the real estate side and in mortgage. A good realtor is going to tell you to go see a lender first.
We kind of just fell into the hands of a realtor. It wasn't we were searching for a realtor, or, I mean, we didn't mean to, but we did. And he has done so much for us.
For us, it's all about us having everything organized for the client when they come in.
I remember walking into Steve's office and our names being up on the TV, welcome Trevor and Lauren Morgan, and walked into the room and he pretty much sat down and we had no idea what an escrow fund or any of that stuff was.
We just take special care in making sure that our customers know what the next step is and what they need to know, what they need to understand.
He explained everything to us, and this is what we need to do and this is what we're going to have to do.
There's so many rules that go into when you're buying a house.
Any questions we had about paperwork or anything, we could text him, call him, or I showed up there several times and just talked to him, and he was always there to answer my questions and everything.
People say don't prejudge your credit. I'm saying don't prejudge that you can't get approved because it's likely in a lot of cases that people think they can't get approved for a house when in fact they can.
I would tell others when they're going to start this process just to get help immediately. I mean, you can look for yourselves and things like that, but if you get help, I mean, they'll pretty much take care of it. In a mortgage, if you find someone you trust, then you don't have to worry about anything. You know you're in good hands.
Enjoy relaxed, peaceful living on Indian Springs Golf Course. This home offers that luxurious quality such as hardwood floors and granite countertops, and the relaxation of a private screen porch from which you can enjoy your cup of coffee and the manicured grounds on the Indian Springs Golf Course. There are 4 bedrooms, 4 full bathrooms, 1 half bathroom, an office, formal dining area, game room with its own wet bar, and a fireplace. Why just come home? Live here and come home to heaven. Don't miss out on Broken Arrow's best home value, priced $30,000 below a recent appraisal. Nestled in a private gated community in South Tulsa, this estate sits on an impressive lot of over 1.5 acres. The moment you step inside, you're impressed by the magnitude of the entry. With its marble floor, 2-story ceiling, curved staircase, adjacent dining room, and welcoming formal room, there's a definite statement of quality. Relax and unwind in the great room and read a book on the enclosed patio overlooking the backyard. It's the epitome of elegance and luxury. Spread out on over 8 acres of your own estate in this remodeled luxury home, with a pool, pond, a balcony overlooking your peaceful view, 4 spacious bedrooms, 2 master suites, a 3-car garage, 2 storm shelters, and elegant appointments such as travertine and hardwood flooring, combine to create the perfect ambiance in this luxury gentleman's ranch, just minutes from South Tulsa. In 1925, the Mayo Hotel opened here in Tulsa to great fanfare and hosted dignitaries and celebrities alike. Well, it's restored in all its splendor, and Tulsans can visit it every day. One of the great places you can visit here at the Mayo is the Topeka Coffee Company in the old cafe location of the original Mayo Hotel. Let's talk to owner John Gabarino. John, tell us the story of Topeka Coffee Company.
We are one of the only seed-to-cup coffee companies in the world.
Meaning from the seed, growing it, all the way to this cup, which is delicious, by the way, that I'm drinking.
Exactly. We, under one family company, we actually have 2 farms in El Salvador on the Santa Ana volcano, and we grow it, we pick it, we process it, import, export. We have a roastery here locally that we built a couple of years ago, and everything's locally roasted here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We bought a building last spring, to invest in and build a large green bean storage facility and develop the resources that are needed for my company to produce such exceptional coffee. And we have been trying to make it a place that our employees enjoy being. We have one of the largest murals that a local artist in town, Tony Carrera, did of different pictures of the farm and the people who actually harvest the coffee for us. We have one of the state-of-the-art cupping facilities and training facilities for the employees. We have coffee is green coffee. Green bean is what it's called. It's unroasted. They're basically seeds, and one of the largest impacts on quality is maintaining the quality of the green bean before you roast it. And so we built a very large climate-controlled, temperature, humidity controlled storage facility.
That's kind of like taking care of a fine cigar.
Exactly. It's exactly the same thing, and it really shows up in the cup. We have a coffee shop at the Hyatt and the Mayo. We also have one at Joe Bott's with Mary Beth and Dwelling Spaces, and we're one of the only locally roasted coffees available on the shelves at Reese's, Petty's, Whole Foods.
Well, and you are about, when I walk out of the store here at the cafe, you are about to have a new location, and that's going to be Darryl Baskin's house. So you'll be freshly ground about every other day.
Thank you.
Each year, thousands of homes are destroyed by fire and lives turned upside down. Stay tuned. We'll talk to Brian Smith Insurance Agency and Reset Restoration with tips on how to protect your family, your investment, and your treasured belongings. Right after this.
I'm April Fitzgerald. I'm Dr. Carrie Sessom. I'm a dentist at Riverwalk. In today's banking atmosphere, small businesses have been overlooked. In my opinion, we're the ones who really help drive the economy.
I'm Pam Parks. I'm co-owner of Blue Wave Boat. You can't have a personal relationship with your banker, you're not going to have a business. Regent Bank was able to help us in a time of need to the point that we've actually made an acquisition of another company that didn't make it because their bank wouldn't work with them. Loyalty in banking is what makes your business.
We see fire claims every few months in our office. They're not as popular as auto claims, but you are going to see a few a quarter probably. We see mostly fire claims and fire damage coming in on homeowners being caused generally from either electrical fires, and generally that's a result of old wiring from electrical boxes or just in older houses where electrical hasn't had any attention. Kitchen fires don't happen nearly as often as just electrical fires, but we do have some kitchen fires. Luckily, people have been trained so much over the years with kitchen fires that you can usually get them put out before there's any major damage done. The most important thing when you're talking about your homeowners and the fire coverage that comes along with it's going to be how much coverage do you have? And when you meet with your agent, you need to talk about how much you have in, when it starts and it comes into your house, how much the value is, what it's going to cover. There are people out there that don't have enough coverage to rebuild or possibly replace the things that are caused from the damage of fire. And so it's important to sit down with your agent and make sure you have enough. Generally, what is going to be covered, it's usually easier to talk about what is covered. Anything that it's attached to the house, your carpet, flooring, cabinets, all those things that if you do have a fire need to be restored and cleaned up right away are going to be covered. Generally not covered, you're going to get into things that are more that may not be attached to the house, and then maybe they're going to look at what caused the fire. So almost anything that needs to be restored though should be covered. You would need to meet with your agent, look at your policy, but if it's attached to the house, generally there is coverage for the cleanup of that. In a restoration company, what I'm looking for is for them to do business just like my agency does, and that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I need to be able to reach somebody at any time, and I need to be able to get a response very quickly to get them to the homeowner so that we can start that process. Generally, what happens with fire or water restoration is the longer those things are left alone, the worse it gets. So we need them to be acting very quickly. At the Bryan Smith Insurance Agency, we do business 24/7. Our theme is to protect our customers' money and to protect our customers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're here to help them. If they just need a quote or to make a claim, we're going to be able to answer the phone for them.
The reason that we decided to start Reset Restoration was that Aaron and I have both been in the construction industry in Tulsa for several years, and we ended up working together on some projects, Aaron being a flooring contractor and me being a general contractor. We decided that after seeing a lack in some service from some other companies that do what we do, we felt like we could do something better with our years of experience and actual construction knowledge.
The recent fires we've had, one in Oklahoma City, it affected 8 units. The fire began in a kitchen whereby the lady was starting to cook and she decided to leave the apartment.
The first thing that we do whenever we get called into action and someone asks us to come and mitigate a loss for them is we arrive on scene, check the property for any safety hazards to make sure no one can get hurt.
Trying to get people's personal belongings out of their home as quickly as possible to lower the risk, lower the exposure for damage to personal items.
It's very important to be quick on a job, especially a fire damaged property, because the arsenic and things that are in smoke, the quicker that we can clean things, the higher success rate we can have in restoring things versus having to replace them.
I actually picked Reset because I had previous experience with Ryan personally on building homes, and I was very impressed with the professionalism.
Mitigating fire losses, education has been really important to us. We've flown, Ryan and I both, to Atlanta and out to California to take classes in fire and smoke restoration. Ultimately, the most important part of this is just experience.
My experience has been great with Reset. They work very well with the adjuster. They have to meet with the insurance adjuster on the property, go through a very detailed software to make sure that everything, all their I's dotted, T's crossed as far as what needs to be repaired, what needs to be replaced, what can be salvaged, what needs to be completely demoed.
It is stressful for people to go through a house fire or a business fire. I would say make records of your belongings so you're not trying to figure it out after the fire has happened. Make sure that you're covered and your policy is written correctly, so if you do need to use that you are going to be covered in all areas. And Reset, we can take care of all the interaction between the insurance company and you guys. Will be your voice and make sure that you get what you need to make sure that your home is put back together properly. If your home or business is damaged by fire, water, or any kind of natural disaster, being wind, tornado, or just a heavy thunderstorm, call us. We can put your life back together in a quick fashion where it'll be painless as possible.
Join us next week when we explore Bixby. Exciting changes taking place to a once small rural town. And can you believe it? The USDA has loans? We'll tell you how to save money with a USDA Rural Housing Development Loan. Right here on The Future of Real Estate.